In 1994, a 17-year-old boy named David Hahn lived in the suburbs of Michigan and spent most of his free time reading chemistry books and government manuals. His interests weren't theoretical. Inside a backyard shed behind his mother's house, Hahn began collecting radioactive materials he found on smoke detectors, lantern capes, old clocks, and industrial scrap. His goal wasn't a bomb. It was a nuclear reactor. Hahn built what he called a breeder's reactor using improvised equipment and unprotected sources. He extracted americium, thorium, and radium using basic chemical processes and concentrated them in small containers. Radiation levels inside the shed rose many times above background levels. Hahn worked without protective gear, unaware of the extent of his exposure as he handled and stored the materials just inches from where he stood. The project was only discovered after a police officer pulled Hahn over for a minor traffic violation and noticed suspicious containers in the trunk marked with radioactive symbols. Michigan State Police and federal authorities were notified. When officials inspected the shed, they found radiation readings high enough to trigger a federal response. The area was cordoned off, and the shed was declared an environmental hazard requiring a cleanup by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Dozens of barrels of contaminated material were removed and treated as low-level radioactive waste. The shed and surrounding soil were dismantled and disposed of. The site became the only residential property in U.S. history to be officially designated a Superfund cleanup due to radioactive contamination. David Hahn was never charged with a crime. His reactor was dismantled in 1994 following federal intervention. The materials were removed and buried at a licensed disposal site. Hahn later struggled with mental health issues and died in 2016. His backyard reactor remains one of the most extreme examples of unsupervised science experiments ever discovered in a suburban neighborhood.